Good morning, happy Friday. Back at it again. Last week there was no video or short. I was on vacation with family. We had a good time. It's great. I need a vacation from my vacation. I need another vacation from work. But if you're heading to work, good luck. If you're leaving work, have a great Friday. Just recapping on things. A lot of has been happening on the tabletop scene. Just to recap, I know this is more of last week, but the new Chaos Defiler and Defiler rule set for all the armies. They all get pretty much the same rules, but each army gives them their own little buff ability. For Death Guard, that looks awesome. So now I'm like, okay, do I need a Defiler for my Death Guard? I have a Defiler already for my World Leaders. I'm glad the base size isn't changing, because I was thinking, okay, I have to rip this thing apart again, resculpt it, add some things, but I still may do that just because of the new options to dual las cannons. That's ridiculous, but it looks amazing. The ability for the World Leaders, great, excited. But the overall ability for them to essentially just move through terrain with the new Scuttling Walker ability, that's gonna be awesome. So I'm excited. Definitely know some people on the tabletop scene in my area who have had Defilers but haven't played them probably since beginning of 10th, maybe end of 9th, around there, just because it wasn't feasible. And then with the base being added, they just like, it's too much. But this should definitely make up for it. But this week, all the reveals, I'm looking forward to them. I'm hoping we get to see more Chaos stuff, especially with the promise of seeing more Demon Engines coming out, not just for World Leaders, but for some of the other armies. Fingers crossed, right? I'm looking forward to I seeing what the orcs are getting. I don't play orcs, but I love seeing their models that come out. Just overall, excited for 11th. Will we see the return of what I would say better terrain? I don't hate the L shapes, but tournament wise, it's just, it kind of it feels a little repetitive. There are some things that I do like about it, but there's a lot more that I kind of don't. I do like the narrative terrain. I do have a lot of narrative terrain, so I'm kind of hoping we lean more towards the narrative side in tournaments. But we'll see with the more release of rules and how 11th is going to play out. We'll see how that goes. The Chaos Mutilators, I forgot to talk about those. They look great. I'm not sure they're going to go to World Leaders just because we already have the 8-bound and Exalted 8-bound. I'm really hoping we get some Red Butchers, or with the promise of some things coming back. I'm hoping we get the Chaos Demon Engines. I believe they're the Slaughterers. They have like 2 variants. There's like 1 shooting and 1 melee. But and who knows, maybe the Brass Scorpion returns to World Leaders, or just in general. That'd be awesome. But who knows? And again, I do play Tau also, so fingers crossed for the Yavara and Arvarna coming back. I'm really hopeful. I'm just like, you had these 2 amazing sculpts. I know it's a lot for some things to go to plastic, but maybe just bring them from Legends. Just do that for right now. I don't need them in plastic. I already have them, but bring them from Legends, and we'll see what else comes back. hopes for the Crew. I know we already have Crew Talks Riders and Rampagers, so the small chickens coming back, probably not, but maybe bringing back the Great Narlock, as a transport, as a heavy weapon unit for Crew. That'd be great. I am parked right now, so it's like got a little time to do this, but yeah, just there's a lot of thoughts, a lot of things going on. I'm excited for 11th. I'm excited to see what's coming out. We'll see what comes out. Slowly gets released in the future. Hopefully we can talk about that more. But what are your thoughts and hopes for 11th, and what are your thoughts and hopes for your own personal army that we either see come back or come to your army? Let's talk about it in the comments. But I'm gonna end it right here. You all have a great Friday. Again, if you're going to work, good luck. If you're getting out, hooray. But overall, I hope you all have a great Friday and you have a good one.